Welcome to No FOMO Charts YouTube channel. In this channel, I talk about stock charts and technical analysis education. Disclaimer, these videos and charts are for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Please remember to click subscribe and turn on notifications for new videos. Today is Friday, July 10th, 2020. Let's start with the Shanghai Composite Index, SHCOMP. So the Chinese stock market, we're seeing, if you want to see an example of FOMO rally, it's right here. Boom, FOMO rally. All right. But this might have been the professionals, okay? Professional funds buying this. This might be retail, everyday, normal people just trying to buy their mutual funds and get in the easy way, right? Or just buy the index if they have the capacity to, right? Everyone's trying to get a piece of the pie, piling in. But every market rally eventually ends at some point, okay? It could take days, weeks, months, years, decade, in the case of America, right? But when you have a straight up like that, okay, this is like if you ever traded crypto or Bitcoin, is boom, you know what's going to happen next. Top out, boom, crash. Where are we going to crash to? Right there. Eventually, once this is over, unless we have a series of amazing bullish news and this goes nonstop rampage up. It's possible, but more likely than not, because we have a little bit of a, it's not a definite. If this is an M, then it's probably over, but there's no signal. Okay, we don't have that super shooting star signal, right? I'm talking about this candle. We don't have that yet, but still losing steam a little bit, okay? So what exactly happened? Broke out, like we were saying, we're going to say if it breaks out, okay? I've been saying this for like 2 videos straight, and then it actually happened. All right, it's been on an uptrend, then breakout. All right, now we have to test this resistance. Where is this? 3,100 area, okay? So let's just see. Let me measure from the breakout to here. So maybe... yeah, exact. So maybe 3,200 to 3,100. Okay, let's put a box there for next time. Right there, somewhere in that range. All right, is the support test. Okay, so again, if anyone from Asia is watching this video, okay, for educational purposes only, maybe this is not the greatest time to buy. Okay, why? Because it's so high. Okay. Again, FOMO, like trying to buy here is not the greatest spot. Yeah, right here, example, it might shoot up, but once you get this M, you see that? Boom, 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 game over for now. All right? So, but again, just realize that China stock market has been in a 5-year downtrend. All right? So, want to watch out for that. Okay, and if that's a bearish scenario, that's a bullish scenario up like that, right? Bearish scenario is if this test fails, then where are we going? There's a channel back here, channel support, resistance, heartline support, and boom, right there. Okay, that could be an ultimate downside target. Okay, just because it pops out doesn't mean it's going to stay up there forever. Next, Hong Kong, Hang Seng Index. All right, so we're seeing a little bit of that same rally, but it's a different stock market exchange, okay? So it's not the exact same people trading. All right, so this had a rally, but again, they're already having their breakout support test. See this? Up. Where is it right now? It's at the top right there. So for the bulls to continue this, it needs to break up to the upside. Boom. Break the resistance of 26,760 up to 27,000, okay? Bearish scenario, downside target scenario is if this comes down, test the support down here at 25,000 and then bounce around, maybe come down here at 24,000. Okay, so again, the 2 key levels, which I'll mark here for next time, is 26,786 and then immediate support right here at 25,300, then further support down here at 24,128. So we want to watch out for that. But it's still an uptrend. How do we know this? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So where is the higher low going to be? That's the question. Next, Nikkei 225, Japan. All right, so again, we measured this very loosely last time. All right, so if it's plus or minus 4% from the breakout spot, then these two yellow horizontal lines here are the target. It's still a target. Upside target, downside target. What is it doing right now? Breakout, test the support, test the triangle, test it, test it. We're going to see, are we going to break up to this resistance? Or we're going to break down to the support. All right, just need to watch. But 4 days of basically a little bit of downside, consolidation and downside. Want to watch out for that. Okay, next, KOSPI, South Korea. All right, so I have a whole other video about South Korean stocks. All right, we'll go into a little bit more detail. But for this video, we'll go quicker. All right, so there's some pretty bad news, bad events that happened yesterday in South Korea, unfortunately. Sorry to hear that. Bad news happened in Korea, South Korea, with the relating to politicians. So basically what happened is market reaction to that is bearish to the downside. All right. Also, the stock market in this symmetrical triangle tightening range, okay, see that, then a little bit of breakout, and then test the support on the bottom side like that. Where's the target? The conservative target for measurement, okay, about 6%, which is still a lot. Okay, 6% again is up here, 6% again down there. Okay, so loosely 2200 resistance, 2000 support, still holding. Now again, breakout, and then we have to test that. It could break out and do this, or it could break down and do this. All right, so symmetrical triangle, it's only going up or down. Rarely will it go pure consolidation. Next, XJO, Australian Stock Exchange, the 200 index. Here we go. Okay, Australia, interesting. Their stock exchange is, they almost had that W, but the break did not happen. Okay, so now it's different. That pattern is negated. It's not there anymore. So what happened? Consolidation. What does that mean in terms of the psychology of a market and the exchange? Is a little bit of more watchful waiting. Okay, it's not like, look at the comparison between Australia and China. You see a huge difference. Okay, so again, a little bit more cautious, which is probably good in this market right now. Okay, because when you have irrationality, a little bit like that, in terms of the psychology of traders and people just trying to get that last bit of cash, last bit of money, right? It's a different mentality. So where can we go here? Again, 3 scenarios. Bullish scenario is breakout. You have to break out. If you could see the Australia Stock Index ETF on a different chart, right? You need high volume to confirm that. Boom. If you get a high volume breakout test, then then the target would be up here, 6,700. Okay? If that doesn't happen, just consolidate inside here between 6,200 and 5,800. If we break down, we're going to break down through the support, test it to the upside, 5,750, and then downtrend to this support level. All right. So if you see this was a prior consolidation area. Let's mark it 5,500 to 5,200 zone there. All right. Next, Nifty 50, the India Stock Market Exchange. All right. So we're seeing a little bit more bullishness in this stock exchange with the traders there and the investors there. It's still maintaining the uptrend, but it's tightening. You see this? We got to adjust the triangle a little bit. All right, let's draw some new lines. I'll leave the horizontal support, but what do I mean by this? You see, this is a new upside trend line on the top side, resistance, I mean. Like that, okay? And then this one still holds the bottom trend line support. Let's make this bigger. There we go. So now it's a little bit more clear to see. But again, a little bit dangerous because we're consolidating towards that top of the upside resistance. It's tightening. There's also another trend line right here, a small one. Okay, so if that one breaks like this, if this breaks down, then we could consolidate sideways, yes. But at the same time, if infections keep getting worse globally and nobody wants to go outside anymore and buy anything, then boom, could come back down to right there. Trendline support, 10,300. Let's leave that circle there. Right here, this could be a consolidation area. We'll leave that there. And the upside target would be probably 11,000. Psychological first. then testing this range. I'm looking at this on the left side. So like that, okay? So again, India, how long can they sustain the bull rally? We'll see. Euronext. Okay, so again, looks like this triangle, yes, played out. Euronext actually looks like the US oil chart, very similar. So there has to be some kind of relation there. But anyways, in terms of the price action, it looks very similar past 3 days. But anyways, if you look really, really close, what happened? There is a trend line support right here. So we just broke down a little bit. Can't see, there's no volume on this chart, but it broke down. You see that? Now, if you measure, upside target is up here, 1066, downside target at 940. So what happens? Bullish scenario, we need to break back inside the trend line and continue this up. There's two resistances right here at 1010 that needs to be broken. If that doesn't break, then break down to the downside, okay? There's support. This is also support right here. So break down to the downside, test support at 950. So we have to see when it goes sideways. I mean, that's boring for traders and investors. Market's got to move. Next, UK 100 London index. UK index, I mean. Here we go. So a little bit of a descending triangle pattern. You guys see that? A little bit of descending triangle. Now, but where is the price right now? It hit that support level and bounced up off of 6,000 pounds. All right, so it's tightening up here. So let me erase this top part so it's more clear. There we go. All right, so what could happen? Bullish scenario is to break out, needs to test the support, then test resistance above. All right, so the first target would be here. Let's mark it in this little circle. 6,500 pounds for a bullish scenario. If this breaks down, because it doesn't look like it's going to consolidate for a very long time inside of here. It's going to break out or break down somewhere. So you break down, boom, test this resistance above, then test the support levels. I'll mark this one down here at 5,700. All right, so we need to watch out for that. Swiss market index. Okay, interesting to see. Again, trend line support could become trend line resistance. You see that? This used to be a support. Now it's the resistance. This used to be support. Now it's resistance. All right, but still in a ascending triangle. Okay, so we'll just delete the pink line. Ascending triangle. The targets still hold. Targets still hold. Upside target of 10,500. Downside target, probably actually immediate target, just 10,000. Let's mark that. 10,000 right there, okay? So it's still an uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now it needs to see, is it going to make a higher high? Higher high, support test, target. If not, breakdown, resistance test, target. But there's support here as well at 9,700. So let's mark that. All right, Swiss market index, can they maintain the bullish uptrend? All right, the CAC 40, the Paris index. Okay, this one, the chart is a little bit different than all these other European countries. So what I'll do is, let's just draw a short-term new triangle like this right here. Okay, boom, boom. All right, do you see this? Maybe I'll mark it in yellow so it's a little easier to see. Right there. Okay, so again, another symmetrical triangle. Just bounced off yesterday of the support level down here. Okay, so it's tightening, tight, 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 tight. Again, scenario, breakout, test. Where? Here. Resistance, above, target, 5,500. Symmetrical triangles. All right, actually we should measure it. Let's measure it to get a little bit more accurate. Let's do from here to here, so 7%. So if we do it from here, the target would be, oh, this one first. So not there. That could be the second target. We'll leave that second target. But first target here, actually. Then 7% from here is this support level down here, okay? So again, the same situation happens all the time on charts. Once you see it, then we have to know what are we going to do about it. So if we're going to break out, boom, hit the target. Break down, boom. Probably test it on the way down a little bit more like that. So I want to see, all right, last two. DAX Germany index. Here we go. Germany, let's see. Let's draw some lines. Trend line like this, like that, okay? Looking a little bit like a descending triangle, a little bit. Could be a symmetrical triangle as well. Excuse me. Looking like a ascending, upward ascending triangle. A little Freudian slip there. Okay, so we want to see what's going on here. Okay, ascending triangle, again, usually a continuation pattern, declining volume. So if this breaks out, boom, we need to test, but we need to see big green volume on these days, okay? If it breaks out and there's like a little baby volume right there, then I'll be very suspicious of that. So again, upside target, measure it. Let's do a conservative target. 5%, 5% matches here, top of that gap. Again, target number 1, 13,465 euros. Okay, target to the downside, 5%, 12,000 euros. Right there. All right, so we want to see the breakout test, consolidation, or breakdown test for DAX. Last one, Toronto Stock Exchange. So this chart in a larger, if we connect all the points, in a larger type of triangle, although it only starts from about here. Okay, so this part doesn't really matter that much on this side, this touch point, not really. So still tightening up, all right? It's really tightening pretty tight, all right? So again, 6%. It's coiling up like a spring. All right, this target's actually a little higher. Here, then target to the downside would be somewhere here, 14,800 to 16,800. All right, so again, look at this. You had high seller volume. Where was that? Here and here. Suspicious. Somebody's taking profit, okay? Distributing. That could be giant hedge funds, right? Maybe they bought here, and they're saying, you know what? We're seeing multiple resistance, so we're going to reduce our position, reduce the risk. But again, potential breakout to the upside or potential breakdown to the downside, these two targets. So, in summation, just remember, global stock markets, global economies are interconnected, they're interrelated. What does that mean? We have Q2 2020 corporate earnings coming up here in America in about 1.5 weeks. So there's a higher chance, higher probability that all these global indexes are going to be affected and move as well. So it looks like everybody's preparing for the calm before the storm. Let's always remember that. Always remember, no FOMO. Whatever you're doing, no FOMO. Please remember to click subscribe, hit that like button, turn on notifications for new videos. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week.